Welcome everybody to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, ADHD and Attention Coach Jeff Copper, and I'm here today to talk about learning, particularly structured and unstructured learning. To put this in a context, I've done a video before about organizing to get organized, and in coaching many of those with ADHD and the rest of the population for that matter, I've come to realize is that organization often has two parts. You sometimes have to organize a system in order to organize information within it. To illustrate this, I commonly explain how I've coached lots of college students who will start a semester and they have to go get the information. So they have different syllabuses. Each teacher might have data in different places, whether it's a book, a digital book, PowerPoint slides, just notes, online articles, etc. And often those with ADD benefit from downloading all that information in a paper form and setting up in binders in a certain way. So they're grabbing that stuff and they're organizing their systems so that then within that, when they take the class, they can organize the information in order to learn it. So you kind of organize the system first, and then you organized within that organizational system, which, by the way, picking that organizational system is a little bit challenging sometimes. So let's go over to the learning side. And in a metaphoric way, when you take a class, a teacher organizes the information into the curriculum and walks you through that curriculum. And so you kind of take notes and organize that information to digest it within the curriculum. What I want to highlight here is that putting together that curriculum is an organizational function, which is a challenge for many of those with ADHD and myself, also those with learning disabilities and dyslexia, among other things. And so I particularly have some difficulty when I've got to go self-learn, because I've got to go out there and I've got to grab all this information, and the first thing I have to do is I've got to get it and then design some type of curriculum or course or some type of path for me to digest the information in an efficient way. If not, I'm literally all over the place and rarely ever finish it. And this is quite a barrier for myself, and I think for others. And what I hope today is to illuminate this, because if you're going to go learn something and it's not a structured environment, to bring structure to it either by stopping and going and looking for some type of a curriculum, or going somewhere to help or get some help with you to kind of pull that information together. And sometimes it's just talking out loud with somebody about what you're doing. But my point really here is that barrier is really very much of a challenge, and becoming a bigger challenge, I might add, in the digital age. More and more it's self-learning, where you're going crawling all over the internet or different resources and you're on your own. And I find that to be a bit of a challenge for those with ADHD. In summary, the point really is, if you're going to go for unstructured learning, realize that organizing that curriculum and digesting it is a way of breaking things down and going about it in a different way. We hope you've enjoyed this tip. Please subscribe to our video by hitting the subscribe button. Also, leave comments. I really enjoy the comments. I try to respond to almost everyone that's put something up there. It helps me understand what makes some sense, and actually I often get content from shows or videos off of that. So with that, we hope you've enjoyed this tip. Take care.